Okay guys, here we are in a Vintage Daily event and we are in round 2 against an unknown opponent named Espo1991. And we have what I would call a mediocre hand here. We have a 6-drop and an 8-drop, which is kind of like a mulligan in a way. But we do have a Chalice and a Cavern of Souls here, which is pretty good. So I think I'm just going to keep it. It's a little bit high risk, and this would be, of course, far, far better if we were the ones that were on the play here, but we're not. So hopefully our opponent just doesn't go nuts on us. And of course, if we could have traded a Sundering Titan for a Lodestone Golem here, this would be far better. Okay. Okay, Staff and Nin's not a card I'm overly happy to see here, but so I think I just play out the Cavern here. Where it would be far better is if I draw to play the Tomb, is if I play a Workshop next turn. Then I can cast my Steel Hellkite. Question is, do I want to take any damage at all here? And I don't think so. Yeah, I don't see a need to really take any damage here. We'll just set it at Golem. I mean, it's not perfect, but probably should have led with the Pearl, because now my opponent knows that I actually can't cast anything, and I've shown him what type of deck I'm playing. So, but I don't think it would. Well, it wouldn't be good if he countered this, but. Yeah, so we're just going to try and get a Chalice out here. I suspect this will get countered, but don't know for sure. And if he's pitching a Force of Will, okay, so he got us really good with that one. Spell Pierce is a great card. But that's okay. We're going to be able to play around a Spell Pierce next turn. Just hope we don't see a young Pyromancer here. Okay, so that's decent. Okay. So let's play a Thorn of Amnesty here. See if we can get that into play. Okay. I'm actually more than fine with that. If that's what he's spending his Steel Sabotage on, I mean, I don't know what he's playing, but, I mean, this is definitely one of my weaker cards. I beg your pardon, excuse me. Alright, so looks like we might be up against Rug. What we need to do is draw a Mishra's Workshop here next turn would be fantastic. Okay, so this is going to be a Ancestral Recall with all likelihood. Most people go for it. Yeah. Which is very powerful. He's going to put himself up to 7 cards here. And it's not necessarily good for us, but hopefully we can draw into something like a Lodestone Golem, or we can draw into a Workshop here. These would all be very good plays for us. Hopefully he missed on his land. He didn't. Okay, so we've got a Delver on the table. So let's hope we draw a Soul Land or better here, because we can get it with the Staff and then if we can get it into play. So we didn't quite get there. It's really unfortunate. I'm wondering if I should metamorph my Mox Pearl here, so we can play out a Forgemaster next turn. I don't think so. Yeah, I'm gonna hedge my bets here for a turn or two until I'm under a lot of pressure. Hopefully I don't get under a lot of pressure, but in the event that we get to that position, hopefully he doesn't flip here. And he didn't, which is good news for us. And hopefully he just passes turn. Just a Tarmogoyf maybe. Hopefully there's not an Ancient Grudge. Yeah, we can live with a Tarmogoyf. Tarmogoyf is definitely good, but he's gushing. Okay. Interesting. Well, he certainly is gushing at a good time because I don't have any spheres here. But let's hope we can get a land here. Sol land would be amazing. Didn't get there. Okay, well, we are unfortunately now in a position where we are going to have to metamorph that Tarmogoyf. And hopefully it gets through. Because we are under a serious beat down here all of a sudden. Like when these Delvers flip, boy, we're under pressure here. So our game plan has now changed. We're trying to get a Steel Hellkite out. I think this is a, you know, playing against Rug is a reasonable matchup. I just think it's been unfortunate in this particular game that we've ran into mana trouble. And our opponent has basically, essentially had their way with us. And hopefully this does not flip. Okay, so I got a bit lucky there. So opponent is spinning the Scalding Tarn here. I think we can count our blessings. We have not seen a Wasteland at this point. I don't know if our opponent runs them, but like if we can somehow get a Hellkite out here. Well, I mean, I think it's very likely that he has a Lightning Bolt here. But I, you know, like, I am going to block it. And if he wants to spend his Lightning Bolt, so be it. There's just not much we can do about that. Yeah. So we're kind of now in a position where we just need to draw the lands. And I think we should be okay if we get one here. Like if we get a Sol Lander better, Workshop would be perfect. So he, oh interesting, he had played a Preordain to set up a Delver, and then he played that backwards. He should have played a Delver first. So we're now very much in trouble here, and this is not going to be enough for us to get there. Yeah. Well, we're going to have to do Construct, because that's our only way to win one here. And unfortunately, I mean, essentially if the Delver flips, we're in trouble. If it doesn't, we've got a chance here. What it would have to entail is our opponent not flipping here, and yeah, so he did. He got a Flusterstorm. So we're going to take 9 damage here. And that almost does us in. Particularly because we have the Hellkite actually in our hand, which is really, really bad for us. We've got like our 2 best win conditions. And I don't think we get out of this. Yeah, we're just dead. So we'll concede this one. There's no way out of that. Yeah. And of course, the only best next card was Staff of Nin. So, okay, so we had a bit of a tough go there. I don't know that we really want to change too much here. I think our game plan is pretty reasonable against this guy, so we're just going to go in. Okay guys, let's see if we can get one here. So this is a much better hand. It's still far from perfect. Just have to hope our opponent doesn't have a force of will, because if he does, this is definitely a lot worse for us. But I mean, we got to go for it, right? And if we can get the lodestone, hopefully we can fend him off with wastelands in the sphere. But this has to be able to beat force of will here, and it does. Okay, my girls are getting ready for bed here. Sorry about the pause there. And they're showing me videos. So the ideal play here would be if my opponent just played a... Yeah, you see, he played the Tarn there, which is not great for us, but... But this is, however, a really great hand or card to draw, so I'm very happy to have drawn it. Let's see if I can get it. Actually, I'm going to play the Thorn first. Yeah. So he didn't have a force of will last time. Alright, so we'll get this thing into play here. And hopefully this is enough to lock him down. Can't do anything about that. And we'll just play a Tomb, and hopefully he has nothing he can do about it. So we're kind of out of options here currently in our hand. Wasteland is a card we're very reliant on. And of course my opponent can Gush, but Gushing doesn't do a ton for him here. And of course he's very lucky to have the fetch lands in play, because he can protect his lands. And we, I guess, are just going to play... I can not take damage here, but I think I'm fine with taking a couple damage. Yeah, he can't counter it anyways. And once again, I will still hide the Wasteland from him. There's no reason for me to play it outright. Now, if he ever sacks these things, next turn I could go in and I could get a Sundering Titan. You see, now that's what we want to see. Oh, well, we've got a Sundering Titan. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I think I just... You see, the Sundering Titan doesn't do much here, though. That's the thing. Yeah, we're just going to Wasteland him. I mean, I could get greedy and... Maybe I just play the Sundering Titan anyways, because I know he can't answer it. Yeah, you can't actually cast a spell here, man. Alright, well this is good for us. I can't imagine what spell he can cast over all our spheres. Maybe he's Gushing? But Gushing sets him back so far. We'll just attack him for lethal here. He's no, yeah. Yeah, I don't see a lot of point in making a change here to anything, really. I mean, our deck just, I think, is good usually overall. Obviously, Chalice of the Void is not as good on the draw, but it's still very powerful against a Delver-type deck. So, I mean, Crucible of Worlds is okay against him, but he does have Gush to protect himself. The question is what does it come in over? I mean, Duplicates can be a lifesaver if I need it. Yeah, I'll leave things. So this is a pretty bad hand. We're going to have to ship that. Much better. And our opponent keeps his hand. He mulliganed to 6 as well. Yeah, let's see what happens here. I mean, Trinisphere is really good if he doesn't get a lot of mana out against us. So maybe he's going for a turn 1 Delver here. And, I mean, turn 1 Delver's pretty solid against us, for sure, but... I think I just set a Trinisphere out here. Now, there's merit to playing an Ancient Tomb there as well, but, you know, he's got to force a will or he doesn't. So the Trinisphere now makes it so he can't do anything next turn. He can't cast any spells, so he's on a Delver plan here. Hopefully he doesn't flip. He didn't. And the next turn we can get a Kadoltha Forgemaster out uncontested. Okay, he's only got 1 land. Wow, okay. So this is really great news for us. We've got a Steel Hellkite that we can play. And I think it's going to be really powerful here. I don't think he can stop it. So let's get it into play here, and hopefully this is enough to just wipe him out. And if we draw Wasteland here or something, we should be home free. Okay, Nature's Claim. Hopefully he can't cast it. He still only has 1 land. Okay,